Hi, Martha.
Oh, I am so excited. I hope you all are just full of Christmas cheer. And the good kind of cheer where it doesn't have to be alcoholic, but just lots of happy, happy feelings in your heart and your soul, that you're just joyous and happy and smiling and laughing and enjoying yourselves. And I hope you're having a good time.
We are.
And I just think that song by Elvis is absolutely wonderful. And I know you're going to hear more about why you heard that one tonight. So just stay tuned. We've got a very special guest here with some messages for not everybody, all of you, but for each of you too. So hope that this is a good afternoon, and I want to wish you a very Merry holiday and a Happy New Year and Merry Christmas and all of that.
Thank you.
And I'm going to scoodle-doo, and so your company can come in, and I'll see you in a little bit when he's all through. Toodaloo.
Martha,
Yes?
I forgot to check with Marilyn before she went into trance as how long she wants to be in trance. Can you advise me?
She needs to talk with everybody, so I think there are fewer people here this year. We will be able to handle it okay, Mac. And if it gets to be over an hour, just give her a high sign, will you?
Will do.
That's what time it is.
Okay, thank you, Martha.
Thank you. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
I am glad to be here with all of you. I am Jesus. And I have come to share messages with you today, which I hope will be very helpful and informative, and also give you some guidance as to what's going on in your lives. So I want you to know that this group is assembled here today, not because of just coming for the good food, but to also know that you are all very special people. There's what you call synchronicity. The people in this room have and are in the process of accomplishing the impossible dream. If you listen to the words, to beat the unbeatable foe, so many of you have worked so diligently in this lifetime, overcoming those negative energies, those places where there was darkness in your life and it was very dreadful and very difficult, and that you have been letting the light of God into that space. You have bringing in light as you have been growing spiritually in your path. And I would like you to know how important that is, that you all have been working so hard. We are so close to changes going on that have never occurred in the centuries of humankind before. This was all predicted and worked out many years ago, and this is the end of the solar cycle. It is coming to a close with new opportunities that have never ever been offered in this way before. And you have come to help that happen. I want you to know how wonderful it is that when they say many are called and few are chosen, you are of the chosen ones. For every person sitting in a chair today, there were 2 others that wanted to come. But you were the ones that had the ability to take that challenge of the impossible dream and to bring the 3rd dimension out of oblivion, put it into oblivion rather, with your light, to light up the world and bring the consciousness of the planet into a higher consciousness. Not everybody is aware of what's going on around them. They see a great deal of crisis, chaos, turmoil, financial devastation, all kinds of upsets in their life, lost jobs, lost friendships, lost governments. Things are changing in such a rapid way. You people in this room are currently clinging to your center, godness of the inner you, and hopefully your lives are not being whacked out like so many, that you're able to stay more grounded and centered in the eye of the hurricane, as all of this energy is shifting and moving in turmoil and chaos to be finally resolved into harmony, into peace, order, and resolved in the unconditional love we are moving into. You have taken the challenges, the people sitting in this room. You have done the work for eons. This is not your first lifetime of working on changing energy in yourselves. It has happened for quite a long time in your lives, since you actually before you came to Earth, you agreed to go through this. So it is not the beginning, but it is the ending of this third dimensional paradigm that you've been living in. In fact, if you think very carefully about your ancestors, you will realize how carefully it was planned out from your grandparents to your parents to you being on Earth at this very time. There are no mistakes. Your energy is being felt in the earth and has been for some time as you change and rise above the difficulties that are being overcome. Yes, we know the dark is still trying its last leg to hang on. However, their fortresses under the earth, their access to funds, all of that has changed, and they really do not have, so to speak, a leg to stand on at this point. And so their grip is losing its hold, and it is very shortly that new changes will be coming in, new interesting information to reveal the truths of where it's been hidden from you for eons. Not only has the history of your planet been distorted considerably, the history of the Bible has been distorted considerably, and the dogma that goes with it has been more of a superstition than what they called superstitions, than where you people are coming from. It has been changed and rearranged so that in your DNA even, you were not able to access who you truly were as spiritual beings. Your DNA was adjusted so that you were not able to have the higher consciousness awareness that you are coming into and are opening up to exceptionally well as you are listening to that inner voice, which we'll talk more about in a minute. You are coming into new phases in your life where there will be no more disease and illness and problems in the medical parts of your life. If friends have lost arms and legs, they will come back and grow back in because your mindset will allow it. Just like the starfish at this point can create and restore an arm that's been cut off from a starfish, you will be doing the same thing. It's only the mindset that has prevented that in the past. So as you are learning to, your awarenesses are opening up with the higher energy that is just coming in very wondrous ways through all the eclipses and solstices and other energy opening portals, not only around you but inside of you. Your DNA has been being altered on a constant basis at this point. Every time you're sitting in spirit, there are spirits around you altering your DNA from the cellular basis of who you were when you came into third dimension. And so you are being prepared for the crystalline basis of your new life, where you will have that higher consciousness and of getting to know who you truly are and seeing yourself in that light and claiming it and understanding spiritual aspects of your being. And I'm so proud to have you here today to learn and grow and continue on this path as you move into higher consciousness. The end of this year is going to be quite a different thing, because as the truths come out, you will no longer have the perceptions that you have based your life on for years and years, and you people have been adjusting these for some time, but you are still coming into newer and newer understanding and truths that have been hidden from you in various ways. So as they come about, and as they are rather shocking in some cases, when you hear about me and different stories about the truth of who I am, just remember, it's not about the name Jesus or Sananda. It's not about a personality. It's all about vibrations. And the White Brotherhood has worked diligently to get you information through the many years that have gone by, to bring it to the surface at this point through what was available to work through. We had to use their deception, their terms, and their ways of expressing things to often get truth to you. And so you are going to be hearing different expressions and different ways of expressing higher consciousness in the days to come. And it is not about the people that helped to bring this about. It is about learning to go inside and raise your vibrations into your higher self. You are learning to come and meet yourself, the true you. And in the song it talked about going beyond. It was impossible to go out into the stars, but that is where you're from. So you see, even in messages that have a great deal of hope and truth, there is also still old ideas that have hindered your ascension. And you really will be able to go home in the fifth dimension. You in this room have chosen most likely to ascend. Those that have not decided to leave third dimension and stay in their duality will go somewhere else to act and continue and complete their karmic patterns. But as you go into ascension, if that's your choice, your karma will finally be resolved and you will walk into the grace of God. There will be no disease, no illness. Your financial needs will be met. There will not be work as you know it today to sustain yourself for food and lodging. Your abilities will be more creative. You will be able to pursue in communities and groups of people helpful, beneficial support for people in various ways. Your whole lifestyle will be changing. You will not have the worry of the future. There will not be time to worry about because your needs will be met. You are moving into a time when you will actually realize that God's grace is sufficient. You are turning the light on the duality and dispelling it. It's like walking into a room that is dark and turning on the light of God. The third dimension will disappear. And you will still be on earth, but your perception will be of a much higher nature. Your feet will still walk on the earth. You are not going up a ladder into another higher place of walking. It's your vibrations that are rising. So as you move into this new wonderful paradigm of unconditional love, prosperity, abundance, know that this is who you were before you came to earth in the first place. You are just returning to what you agreed to do by coming to earth and going through all the necessary adjustments in third dimension so they could be healed. Some of you had some very tough lessons over the centuries. Some of your lives were a little bit of a vacation from some of the hard work that you had to attain. But you did a very miraculous job of bringing yourself into this last time of duality. I'm here to say that the people in the room do not have to reincarnate. This is your last time on earth if you choose to finish up the very last details of your unfinished business. This is what the next year is about. I assure you that if you are diligent in looking inside and finding any negative qualities that are obstructing the light of God, that you deal with them in the most suitable way possible. Forgiveness is always an option. Sending love is always appropriate. Whatever it takes to see that they played that part for you to see what was the fault inside of you that needed help and change and healing. It's not so much they were the bad guy. They were there to show you what you needed to change, where you needed to send love, compassion, forgiveness, and where you need to move into gratitude, that you have survived it all. I'm here to say you are victorious in your journey, and I want to welcome you home. You are so close to moving into that fifth dimension. It is just around the corner or over the threshold. Whatever unfinished business you know you have, I know that you'll take care of it because you have conscientiously come this far and have been good students of spiritual access to raising whatever you needed to do to step forward and take the courage to look at those things and see them for what they are. They were never good or they were never bad. They just were lessons to raise your vibrations. And in your doing that, you are coming into a glorious new world of light and love, and the earth is joining you in that ascension. Mother Earth is so pleased that you have provided the necessary energy for her to bring you up into the fifth dimension, where she was always in the beginning until the darkness settled in and brought her energy down, and you have restored her health, so she is now able to continue sustaining all those on earth. You are going into a time when you will literally experience God's grace is sufficient. It's not the money in the bank, it's not the food in the freezer, and it's not how fancy your car is, but it's the I inside of you that sustains you. Be still and know that I am God. And when I said that I and my Father are one, it's the I that is that sustaining, loving energy of who you are. That energy that has been dispelled and put down for eons so you could not access it. And as you open up your hearts and get in touch more and more with that I being in charge of your life and creating what you truly want, and many of you are truly creating in your lives today. It's beautiful to see how you are regaining your existence of your true nature as a creative being, a spiritual being, and moving into that new. Many of you are already moving into the fifth dimension. It is wonderful to see how your hearts have changed over these years, and how you and other people being around you have been able to learn and experience and grow from you being the example. It is not easy to be an example, but you have done it. You are shining lights to all around you. I want you to claim your victory, knowing that the script was written thousands of years ago, and the end of the story is you won. You are victorious. So please stay in hope, knowing that everything is on track, that even though you will be hearing some unusual revelations about your history and all those other things pertaining to how they kept you in the dark, including medical problems and how that's been distorted and so forth. As those are revealed to you, know that it's not important. You have raised your energy, and that's what it's about. And they just found ways to try to distort that. So it doesn't matter who the people are or the persons involved. Know that this is all about principle. And you have moved into principle. And when principle is your purpose, you have the power of God. You have the power. You found yourself. And I want you to look into a mirror and see your reflection. The God in the mirror is the God in you. I want you each individually to put a gold circle around yourself, to put a gold cross in the center of the circle, that you are inside of this circle and a gold cross is on you. By the way, that's another distortion. It was never meant to be the crucifixion of Christ. The cross was meant to signify your humanness with opened arms to God. So you see, that was just another way they distorted a beautiful symbol. But put that wonderful cross on your side of your circle, and for the next few minutes, fill that circle with the white light of Christ and dispel any darkness or dense energy that still is in the corners and the crevices that still need to be surfaced to bring you into total lightness. So we will give you a chance to sit in the grace of God in the fifth dimension and feel the energy not only in you but in the room, and the energy is one. Gradually bring yourself back into this room as you're ready, and one by one I would love to have the moment to speak with you. If you have a word or thought that you would like to exchange, you are so welcome. Well, I hope everybody had a good time. Those are pretty nice presents some of you got.
Yes.
And presents don't necessarily have to have ribbons on them, do they?
No.
Sometimes the presents from your heart are the best presents that you can get. So know that I'm sending you gifts of love, and the presents don't have to be unwrapped.
Thank you very much, Brenda.
Thank you, Martha.
Yes.
Bless you.